Hey sports fans, here we are out at the property on Friday, December the 15th. You got 10 days left till Christmas. If you're like me, you haven't started shopping yet. But, you know, hey, it's a guy thing. What are you going to do? Anyway, so we're out here and there's not much going on. It's muddier than hell out here because we had rain and snow and then melt and then warm temperatures, and it's getting really muddy. But it's actually not bad out. There's a little bit of a breeze, but it's not too cold of a breeze. And it's just above freezing. And we got 2 deer out in the field there. Right now eating the corn. This is the first 2 deer that showed up all day. It's, what, 3 degrees and 46 Fahrenheit. So it's not bad. But you can see the deer field's muddy out there too by the feeder. But I throw corn out all over the place so the deer get up. There's some apples out there. We cleaned the whole deck up, so it's all organized now. We got some 6x6s and stuff down here that we're saving for when we do stuff. And we've got all our birch bark up here that we need for starting fires. We got some sticks and bark to use. And we parked a barbecue out here for the winter time. The raccoons have been eating all the grease and everything else out of a little grease catcher, which is, hey, feeding the raccoons. But that's, there's a little bit of snow left there from where I shoveled off the deck because they just pushed it off the end. But there's not a whole, we haven't done a whole lot outside, just because of the weather and stuff like that. We still got some wood to split up and whatnot. But what we've been doing is we've been working inside here and doing stuff inside. So we're kind of getting organized here a little bit. Got the battery charging for the flamethrower because we're supposed to use that tomorrow. Solar system's working great. We got all our cups hung up on the shelf, underneath the shelf that we're using. And we're starting to organize stuff. So now we're going to be working on the bathroom, doing the floor. That's the next thing to do. We got some underlayment and some pads there, so that's hopefully going to be. We might start that before the new year, but if not, we're going to start at the new year. We got the fridge over in the corner now, and the flamethrower actually goes on those hooks that are there. If you can see them, like right there and right there. But we got it there because we got the bottom open to get the battery. But we're getting things organized. The fridge is going to be here. I am going to be putting a plug in here. That's why the fridge is staying there. We got a little table here for my cousin Steve that he did, and this is it's a dyed green deer skin, kind of like be a tabletop or whatever, so you don't hurt the table. We actually bought a radio, just one of those old dial AM FM radios for out here. It runs on, I think, D cells, or you can plug it into the solar panel. So that lobster trap used to be a table that was over here, but we got rid of it because we were going to need the room. So this is going to be the bedside table. I picked up a couple rugs at Costco for over here. That's going to be a table by the dining area. That's going to be, this is the pull-out couch and whatnot. So we got the this green friggin' screen mesh thing here was on the lobster trap, so I just put it over here for the moment. We took the 2 small roller cabinets, filing cabinets, and I stuck them, screwed them together, put some machine screws in there with some nuts and bolts. We got them together, so that's where it's supposed to go. We got our regulation dartboard hung up. We put her up, and it's the proper height, or it will be once the floor goes in, because I made allowances for the floor. So it's supposed to be 5 foot 8 inches to the center of the bullseye from the floor. Right now it's 5 foot 8 3/8, because that's going to be the thickness of the floor. I measured it. And then we got our regulation line back here, which is 7 feet 9 inches. 7 feet 9 and 3¼ inches from the front of the dartboard coming down. So that's our line. When I put the new floor in, I will have a line there. So, but it's like the front of the line is where that thing is right there. So that's where your foot can't go any farther. We built didn't build the chair. This is an old, I won't say it's old. It's a refurbished one that fits in the driver's side of my truck. And I was going to build a stand to put it on, but then I got this old coffee table that I brought back from Germany, and I'm not going to be using it anyway because I've got the table that's there, and I've got this coffee table here, and then that bedside table over there. So I don't really need this one. So I figured, well, why not? It's thick enough on top. So I measured out the holes and got them all templated in, put an extra brace on the bottom. I'll move it down here, show you. An extra brace on the bottom just to hold all the weight because it was never made for that. So we got an extra piece of 2x4 in there. And then I trimmed the legs off. So it was going to be a little bit of proper height. But I think it still needs to be trimmed an inch down because I made it longer just in case. My feet don't touch the floor when I'm sitting down. So, just got to fiddle around with that. So everything's getting all set up and where we need to go. The only thing that's really left is basically starting the wiring, and I can start that anytime. I just got to go to Home Depot and get some wiring and lights and stuff. But the only thing that really needs to be done now is for where the wood stove is, I got to build a little stone thing to put it on for when I do the flooring. And I'm going to put like a metal back thing on to reflect the heat back out. And then this wood holder is going to be going back against the wall because all this stuff will be out of here. And this will come out to the front. And if you look at this, the last time we cleaned it and took it out and put it away, that's on a little bit of an angle. So it's got to be adjusted a hair. But when we pull it out to clean it and put the stone down, that'll all be adjusted. And that's really it. These things are just waiting for everything else to get done. And then there's a rocking chair that's going to go out on the deck for sitting down, the cushions that are there. And then there's just a regular chair that's going to fit in there in the corner for when you're sitting down. And that's really about it. Everything else is done here. We got everything else ready to go. I've cleaned up all the extra wood. That piece of wood there is what goes on the pull-out couch when I pull it out. Makes it a lot nicer to sleep on rather than having to organize yourself between the springs. But we built the shelf underneath here for all the tools. You can see I put that shelf there to hold stuff, and then all the toolboxes underneath, and then all our other stuff is in here. I just got the piping to go underneath the drain sinks, and it will go into that bucket. Everything else is here and it's good. This flooring, of course, will be moved when we do the flooring in here because that's the flooring that's going to be used for in here. I have one more shelf to put up here, so I want to leave this here. The shelf will go underneath, and it'll be like a place to charge stuff. So that's where we're sitting right now. Everything's all pretty much organized. Everything's all good. We're going to be doing the lighting over the wintertime. We're going to start on the flooring over here, and probably the kitchen and the entryway will be those two. And then in the summertime, we'll get this done when we don't have to use the wood stove and get that all set up. And then pretty much I can fiddle around with the window trim. I'm not in any real big hurry. It's, it's not done, but it's not hurting anything right now. So that's where we're standing at the moment. Of course, this little 40-watt LED light bulb lights up the cabin pretty good. I just got it on an extension cord, and it's just sitting here because that kind of gets everything, catches all the areas and stuff. So we've got light here, and when we were out deer hunting, that 140-watt light at night when we were sitting here was more than enough to light everything up. So I'm not going to go too crazy on the lights because we don't need a whole lot of light out here. And we got our little camp stove there, and And everything, once I get everything else done in here, then all this stuff's going to be gone because it'll go back out into the thing, but it's just all the stuff that I'm using here at any given time. So that's really about it. That's where we're sitting at the moment. Everything's all pretty much getting organized and where we want it to go. And yeah, so that's what's happening. That's what our plans are. That's what we got done for the moment. So, I'm trying to get back on the schedule of videos every Friday. Getting all that set up and keeping it going. I'm not going to get pictures today. I'll get them tomorrow when we're out here. We're going to have Ken's last bonfire of the year probably. So that's it. So please like and share. Leave a comment or whatever. And subscribe to my channel. I've gotten a whole bunch of subscribers in the last year, which is absolutely fantastic. I think it's amazing. Just a little old me channel, not doing a whole lot. So yeah, like, share, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you here.